following program is a public service of Gulf Coast State College, WKGC, and Commodore Productions. And now, the Military Hour with Cary Deeter.
Welcome to another edition of Military Hour. Special guest with us today, Linda Cope, and her son Jonathan, whom I love to pick on, but I keep Mama Bear across the table because I don't want to get in trouble with Mama Bear. And Jerry Tab, it's been a while. Good to see
Very
you.
good to see you, my friend.
Absolutely wonderful to see your wife, who is off camera right now.
Yeah.
Norma has been going through some tremendous health problems. Thank the Lord she's on the mend, and she's got a halfway good caregiver in her husband.
Okay. I got an appointment here, Cary.
I run another one off. I'm good at that. But you're going to let us know what's going on here in a short period of time coming up. So who's starting us off?
Well, first week of November, we're having our retreat at the beautiful, it's not even finished building yet, the Spring Hill Suites by Marriott on the beach. And they're donating the rooms. And we are having the ceremony November 7th it's Lynn Haven United Methodist Church, actually meeting in their
Fusion Center.
Because their church won't be rebuilt for 2.5 years.
Right.
But Jerry's going to tell you what we're doing for that opening ceremony. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind for our whole town.
It's going to be amazing is what it is, Cary. We're going to... This town, this county, this area has went through a tremendous amount of heartache and trouble. And now we're going to celebrate a little bit. We're going to bring them all together. This is a celebration of this area coming together, and what a better way to do it than the way we honor our veterans. We're expecting a huge crowd. We're going to have our state senators hopefully coming in. Hopefully our two national, Senator Scott and Senator Rubio. We're going to invite all of these dignitaries, all of the first responders, and all of the people that helped us. For example, like Gulf Power and Gulf Coast Electric, and them. They are such a big part of rebuilding in this area, and we're just going to make it one huge celebration and really show this country how we love one another here in Bay County and the surrounding area, and how we treat our veterans. And I'm just so excited about it because, you know, I get to MC the event and everything, so that's going to be special to me. And probably the most favorite part of all of it is I sit out there, I see the veterans and their caregivers sitting there. And after getting to know them, I can see how they've changed over the week that they've been with us. And I have an advantage because I can see their faces. The people that are coming to the ceremony don't really know what's going on, but it's just amazing to see what's going on. And this community, I have found, even through my previous television career, all you have to do is ask.
Oh, yeah.
And this community is going to come through for you. And we want to show our support for the community and at the same time honor these veterans who so richly deserve that.
Far and away the best community I've ever had the privilege of living in. And this is where I want to die. So we don't know when that is. None of us know that date. But it sounds like it's not just a celebration, but it's a big thank you.
It is.
To everybody.
It is. And this will be November 7th, so October 10th was the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Michael.
Wow.
So it'll be not commemorating the 1-year anniversary of that Category 5 hurricane that devastated our town. But, you know, and it's very apropos that this is going to be in Lynn Haven. You know, I can't say enough about Margot Anderson and her help and support for Lynn Haven. And she was supposed to join us today, but had something, a very important thing with FEMA come up to help her town. Yeah. So, but, you know, we're so grateful that the pastor of the church just said, we want to do this. And they didn't even have a roof on. They said, we want to do this, and that's the kind of town we live in. Yeah. But nothing brings the community together like these parades to honor the wounded warriors and their spouses. And Tim Allen actually came up with this idea.
Is that right?
With Tim Allen Photography, he came up with the idea, said, Linda, why don't you do a combined parade and have Gulf Power in it and the first responders and even like, people will be invited like Samaritan's Purse that are still here.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be a big celebration that we have gotten through this, we're coming through, and we're honoring the heroes and their loved ones, but we're going to celebrate.
And we may have someone special singing a little bit for us too.
Well, it won't be me, I promise you.
No.
It will not be me.
It won't be Jonathan, that's for sure.
Oh,
I
hallelujah.
heard Margot Anderson can sing like an angel.
Well, she does. She's excellent. I've been to some events with her before, but we also have another individual out on the beach that we'll hear about doing a fundraiser for us.
Oh, that would be cool.
And doing a little singing and things like that. I'll mention his name, Todd Herondine. You know.
Oh, well.
Yes.
And it's just going to be normally we keep the celebration to 1 hour. But because this one is going to be such a special event, I may stretch the time out to an hour 15 or so. And I don't think anybody will mind with that because it's going to be so packed full of celebration for the whole community. Coming together as one like we did before and with the good Lord's help, it's going to be amazing.
It is. It is.
And a lot of people, viewers may not know, but Margot is a consummate entertainer, and I first heard her sing Patsy Cline, and I honestly, I don't believe in reincarnation. I was exactly like her. Just amazing.
You ever heard her national anthem?
Oh, yeah.
I want her to sing. If she'll sing it, I think she has to sing it. And then, of course, we're giving the church the opportunity to whatever singing they want to do, or choir, they will have the first priority with that, But it's going to be a good, happy time to come together. And God forbid any of the hurricanes come our way. But it's not going to happen.
Not allowed.
Margot Anderson is a dynamo. Yeah. I mean, she's nonstop.
Yeah.
Just I think she coined the word workaholic, the phrase. Yeah. She's always on the go.
Well, and that's why it's so apropos, because so many churches were not going to be ready in the fall to host us. And then we went out there and talked to the pastor. They always provide a meal for the retreats. And one of the gentlemen said, "Why haven't you come back to our church?" I said, "We didn't think y'all could host us. We want to go to different churches too." He said, "Let's talk to the pastor." So we went out there and talked to him, and he already had talked to his board.
They said, already agreed to it.
We've already agreed to do it. They said, "You just got to have somebody bring the food because we don't even have a kitchen, but we'll take care of it." And I thought, what a blessing. So, thank God for the pastor of Lynn Haven United Methodist Church stepping up to the plate and with his church members saying, "We want to do this."
And one of the most amazing things, not just the people that came from out of town to help, like Samaritan's Purse, or there's a Lutheran group that came out, Helping Hands, just all kinds of people, but the residents here helping one another. I don't know where we would be today without the outside help that came, and without the brothers and sisters that just helped us. We wouldn't be as far along as we are now.
That first week, it was just neighbors helping neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was all you could do. And in fact, I had told Linda, I said, the last retreat we just had, I said, I don't know if the community is ready for it, but she says, we've got to do it. We've got to honor these young men and women. And this parade, the retreat that whole week, this community just shines, and it just brings them out in droves. So, be forewarned, you're going to see me knocking on your office door.
Well,
Jerry.
And we had 4 fundraisers canceled because of Hurricane Michael.
Yeah.
And Emerald Coast Behavioral is one of our biggest. Well, they were destroyed.
Exactly.
And they said, we can do it in the fall, but we can't do it now. And then the condo that was going to host us was damaged. And where did we wind up staying, Jonathan?
Yeah. Wyndham
Resort.
Yep.
Emerald Beach Resort and Wyndham.
Yep.
And Amanda Sheckles stepped up, and we had 4 rooms. And then it got on the message board with the owners, and they all started stepping up. We wound up with 16 rooms. And it was, to be honest with you, because the warriors and wives did not realize how devastated the town was till they got here. And when they realized that this was a community in such pain that still stepped up to honor and help them, we saw the greatest difference. This is our 10th year of doing these retreats in the warriors from the day they got here to the day they left.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was the greatest transformation. But I think it was because they knew the passion of this town, in the heart of this town, too.
The couple that Norma and I picked up from the airport, they lived just south of Atlanta. And when they came in, they said, well, they flew in, so we really didn't see anything. Just wait. And I brought them from the airport, and I took them up 390 and back into the city a little bit, and their eyes got that big around. They couldn't believe. They said, "We live south of Atlanta, 40 miles, and we didn't hear about it." So I mean, this has been a real struggle for us. People coming in, and they're finally realizing. That's why we didn't come over the bridge this time.
We did not.
In Panama City was just there was too much going on. But the one coming up in November, we'll definitely be over the bridge, and it's going to be a long parade, but it's going to be so worth it to help this community come together. And we want the people in this community, like your power companies, your churches, all of that, the military, the government officials. We want them to be part of this so that we can say thank you for doing what you're doing too. And what a better way to honor our veterans coming up, November, coming up close to Veterans Day here.
That's right.
And we'll just bring this community together and just say, hey, here we are. We're here together.
I'm looking forward to it.
What do you think of this, Jonathan? What do you think of it all?
I think it's going to be amazing, and just really being thankful for what we have, and counting your blessings, knowing that we're all still alive, and that we're all, that we can keep doing what we've been called to do and making a difference in people's lives. And I think it's important, because like without the Lord in our lives, we wouldn't be here, and
True.
So I'm thankful to this community and what we do.
I don't recall the official number that was given. I think it was 59 souls that were lost. Is that correct?
I don't know for sure. I mean, one was too many.
Of course.
One was too many.
One's too many.
But people are already coming up to us to say, this is great. What can we do? I'll just simply tell them, go to warriorbeachretreat.org.
Yep.
You can donate right there. It's not too early to start now, because this is going to be a huge celebration, and our community partners are going to be stepping up to help us out too.
Sounds like we're going to pitch a wang dang doodle like we used to say in the old days.
There you go.
Wang dang doodle, you got it. You got it. Well, and if anybody knows contacts with the Cajun Navy or any groups that they know that came and got in the trenches and worked for like a month or two to rebuild, to help, we would like to honor them and thank them to have a vehicle, a representative in the parade. And I mean, it'll put heads in beds, because I think there'll be people coming that have already left that we're here to help. And it's going to be a good thing, because the first week of November is low time anyway for the beaches, and it'll bring people in, but it'll be a good time for our town to come together once again, because this has been rough.
Yeah.
And Cary's still not in his house. Jerry was telling me about getting his house together.
We're finally getting back together.
Are you?
Yeah.
And our garage is full of doors and windows. It just takes time. And I don't think we knew the resilience that we had as a community until this happened.
Yeah.
And then I think so many of us so often, when it first happened, I thought, I'm leaving. I think, and that thought went through everybody's mind, from what I understand. I'm getting out of here, because it was horrible. I mean, you hear police, you hear sirens, helicopters, and it's like, and their curfew, and it's like, Lord, help us. And then no power, and it was like, but we came together.
A lot of people, excuse me for interrupting, Linda, but they still don't realize until they actually see it when they get here.
That's right.
Because I had to turn some friends away. Oh, we're going to come down. I'm like, you really don't want to.
No.
You're going to waste your time.
That's right.
And you may not even have a place to stay, because you can't stay with us, because we're not in our house. But I said that to say this. Occasionally I would play golf out at the country club, and they're hoping to be open late summer. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But talking about people leaving the area, there are homes in there for sale as is that are just literally destroyed.
It's really
but they're
sad.
everywhere. It's not just out of the country club.
But thankfully,
it's heartbreaking.
It is. Thankfully, the beaches got damaged, but not to the extent of the town. And people are able to come and stay here, which is a blessing, and that helps put revenue for the whole town. But it's, we need prayers for our community, for the people in the community, because it's still tough.
And we still have people in tents.
We do.
Horrible.
We do, and it's. I'm sorry, but there's no reason for that anymore.
No.
I mean, it's been 7 months, so it's time to get over it.
Yeah.
But the other thing about this big celebration that's coming up is we will probably by the first part of October or so, or maybe the middle of October, we'll have the route and everything for the parade laid out. And we want people to line that parade route. and let them know how much you
get on out
love them.
there.
I mean, it's amazing to see what goes on. I mean, I tell this story quite often, and to talk about healing, Cary. Here 2-3 years ago, we were coming down, I think it was Thomas Drive, and there was a gentleman standing there by a black Corvette with a box in his hand, tears just streaming down his face, and he had his salute going the whole parade. We found out later, and don't you cry on me, that was the ashes of his son, and he finally had closure. So this is what we're hoping to do with this celebration coming up. It's a celebration of our veterans, our wounded warriors and their caregivers who so richly deserve this, but it's also a celebration of healing within this community.
Yep.
And the good Lord always brings you together for a reason, and this is what's happening now. We're coming together to help one another heal and to say thank you. It's never too early or too late to say thank you to somebody.
Exactly right. And you never know what small action or kind word just might help somebody turn that bend.
That's
and
right.
take that other.
My wife and I learn things from these retreats too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing what we learn from these young men and women.
I want to share something real quick because you know how goofy I am.
No.
So we had,
No.
the Helping Hands organization came out and they were going to help clean up, and of course you have to give them permission and blah blah. So long story short, we are pulling up and I mean about
The cavalry.
8 or 10 vehicles on the street. I'm like, I wonder what's going on, because I'm expecting 2 or 3 people to show up and cut some trees and whatever. A whole cadre, all kinds of machinery, and I mean they jumped to it. So nosy that I am, and I am.
No.
I started asking about what are you going to do for lunch? You know, because they were there like I got there at 9. They already been there for an hour, and oh well, yeah, we pack our lunch. I'm like, wait a minute, how many college kids are here? Well, there's 16 of us college kids, and we've got 8 chaperone adults. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I went, who ever heard of college kids not liking pizza?
That's right.
But I asked this question first. I'm like, are there any vegans among you? There was one. No problem. So I bought pizza for all of them and brought it back. So I'm like, here's some more lunch for you.
That's what you do.
How could you not?
That's what we do.
That's
And I
right.
didn't do it just for that group. I did it for every volunteer group that came out. So
Well, Jonathan, say what happened with us with that couple that had been on a retreat, what they did with our yard. Remember the guy? And he,
Oh yeah, what's his name? Mike Pettit was on the show. He and his he came on with the mini retreat and stuff like that with his other when he used to be married to one, and it really made such an impact with his life. And I guess he met this other Chinese or whatever her name is, and they actually came down to our house and actually help us with aftermath and clean up everything. And just it's amazing because of the retreat and the community and the outreach and the love and support of our community. It changed his life. He's doing great. He's married now, and God's been good to him. But he just came down and just helped us after, and it's so sweet of him. Like that was awesome.
And if that wasn't enough, he came over to Norman's place and cut some trees.
Oh, I remember Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he brought about 6 people from Eglin Air Force Base to come clean up our yard, to cut down the tree, clean up the arbor. It was like, yes.
That's what happens when you bring all of these young men and women together from around the country and bring them in to honor them like that. They make contacts. I mean, I don't know how many have picked up where they used to live and moved to our area because they like it so well. And that's what this community does. So that's why in November it's going to be a total community celebration.
And I think, and I hope, and I believe that as we rebuild and more homes are built, then we're going to have a bigger influx of people into this area, moving this area.
That's right.
Because of the resiliency and the care and concern that goes out for everybody here in the community. Which brings me to this point. I always make it a point to pick on Jonathan. You need a haircut.
He does.
You're good with the shave, but look.
I do.
Talk about future blessings. Look at this. I vow
Put your
not
hat
to
on, Cary. The
shave-
light's shining.
I vow not to shave or cut my hair until we're back in our home. So please pray we get back there soon because I can't stand this.
Well, if
So
you
that's
keep,
why I got this hat on.
well, he could be Santa Claus if it,
No,
by Christmas, if it's
no.
like that.
No. There's enough Santa Clauses around. No, I'd rather be bald and shaved. Let's hope that happens quick.
Oh gosh, that
So,
sounds
anyways,
good. That sounds
You thought I wasn't going to get you today, didn't you?
I had a feeling.
Anyways, I can't thank you enough for coming in. Jerry, I'm glad to see you.
Thank you.
More importantly, I was really glad to see Miss Norma.
Yes.
Hey, Miss Norma.
Doing great.
Glad you're doing well.
Me too.
You look good.
Thank you.
A lot better than this guy. Linda, thank you for what you do
Well, thank
for our
you.
Warriors.
Thank you for having
Jonathan,
us.
thanks for letting an old man pick on a young guy. You know,
That's all right.
that's what I do.
That's cool.
So we want to say sayonara, adios, goodbye, till next time. Tune into the Military Hour. Go out and support the Warrior Beach Retreat. You can make a donation right on the website, or you can bring it to me and I'll buy groceries. No. Please make your donations online, and let's expedite this for November. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Come out and support. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.